Creating magic systems is one of my favorite parts of the world building process because it is so foreign to our real world. It kind of starts for me, like a lot of my other systems, super loose. A single idea, basically. A single concept, or even just a portion of idea, or a portion of an idea that I'd like to expand. So a perfect example is in the new book series I'm working on. The main character can flex her fingers and her nails will basically tear free from their beds and fly through the air, and whatever it strikes, she essentially teleports to it. That idea sort of came as I was writing the opening chapter, and I knew there was going to be magic, I just didn't know what the magic would be, and that sort of just came out of me. But I know exactly where that came from. The idea came from My Hero Academia, where Deku, the main character, the cost of using his abilities is his physical health. So if he flicks his finger to cause literally like a sonic blast, his finger breaks. And I always found that super interesting, that there's a physical toll to the use of magic that's almost necessary and depending on the character's lifestyle. And so as I was writing that, I didn't expect any of that besides just I wanted a physical cost. And the moment that it happened in the scene, the next portion of it expanded, and the next portion came to life where I didn't want it just to teleport and that be the end of it. Because I've always wondered, in teleportation magic, where is that person going in the time between? Because I always found it more interesting to believe that they were somewhere, they were brought to another dimension or whatever it is, and then brought back just in a different location. And so I created an idea called the Void. And so from the teleporter's point of view, they release the nail, it strikes, and they are warped into the void, which is basically darkness that they're floating in as if it's space, and they're there for a few minutes. So time is spent to them, almost like a time dilation effect. So for a few minutes, they are just floating in nothing. And then they are pulled back into the real world where the nail lands, and at whatever speed they were moving prior to throwing their nail, they are thrust back into the real world and basically brought wherever they landed. That sounded cool to me. So I wrote it into the first chapter, into the scene, and how that magic system works for what I call it warping. Then I had to come up with, okay, how is this magic actually seen in the world? How does it affect the people around? Is it taboo? Because like in some worlds, magic is not a good thing. You are thrown in jail, you are ostracized for it, while in some worlds, it's just the normal, where like people doing their jobs, they use magic and stuff like that. For my world, I wanted to be, since there's multiple different magic systems, I wanted warping to be more of a taboo. So people freaked out and erupted into absolute chaos when it happens, because I just thought that would be cool, and it felt right for the scene. Finally, Brandon Sanderson, the GOAT, my favorite rule of his for magic systems, just follow the rule of awesome, where if it's cool and you like the idea, and it will be cool, go for it, just do it. And because in fantasy, that's like the beauty of this genre, is you can do whatever you want and then kind of explain it however you want. So it should make sense, but in the context of your world, because we're in your book or in your story, we're not in this world, our world, we're in your world. And as you write, using the magic system or thinking of it throughout scenes, you will come across ideas, some that will work and some that won't. And that's okay, to add or to subtract. That's the beauty of the edit of whatever you're working on, is that you can make it make sense. If you just chip away at the statue enough times, it will just work eventually. And yeah, and lastly, I think just have fun with it. We're making stuff up, we're making cool stories, just have a good time. And plus, if you have a good time, I've noticed, at least for me, I can feel in the writing when I'm reading something, when the writer was having a good time writing it. And I just want everyone to have a good time. Reader or writer.